Hey guys, welcome back to Crafty Wives channel. On today's video, I will show you how to make an authentic Mexican rice, my style. These are the ingredients. You'll need 2 cups of rice, along with 4 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, comino molido, 1 packet of sazon con azafran in the brand GOYA, and this will be for the coloring of our rice. And of course, it wouldn't be Mexican rice without the Serrano pepper to give it that little kick, half an onion, and 2 teaspoons of chicken flavored bouillon. I'll be using half of the tomato sauce in the can and a teaspoon of salt for taste. Let's get started. First thing I'll be doing is chopping up my onion and my garlic. You can now set your stove on and leave it on low heat. Meanwhile, you are chopping up your raw ingredients. So a lot of people don't like garlic or onion, chunks of them. So what you can do is you can substitute it for onion powder and garlic powder, but it wouldn't be an authentic Mexican rice without the raw ingredients. So I used 2 garlic cloves, chopped them up finely, along with half an onion. So my camera died while I was recording, and you guys didn't get to see the part where I added oil to the pan while it was on medium-high heat. And so I'm letting my garlic and onion brown for about 20 seconds, and after the 20 seconds, you can now put in your rice and brown it together. Make sure you keep stirring or your garlic will burn along with your rice. My stove is set on medium-high heat. I turned it up a bit. And you'll repeat this process over, mixing and mixing for about 4 minutes. I added a little bit of oil just to get everything nice and blended together. As you can see, I have my stove set on medium-high heat. So for 4 minutes, you'll just be mixing and mixing your rice, making sure it doesn't burn. You can see I have a little dark spots in there, looks like little charcoal pieces. That's the garlic, but it's okay, just keep on mixing it so everything won't burn. But as you can see, my rice has browned up a bit. The reason we do this process for about 4 minutes is because you don't want mushy rice. If you automatically add water into your rice, then your rice will become mushy because you didn't cook it before adding your rice. So you have to brown your rice before adding in your water or your wet ingredients. So I'm adding in the Serrano pepper while browning my rice. I'm going ahead and just getting it mixed in there to release the flavors from the Serrano pepper into my rice. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, comino molido, because it would not be authentic Mexican rice without the comino. Am I right? 1 packet of sazon con azafran in the brand GOYA, and adding this gives the color of the rice that orange color. That's something my mother taught me. You always use azafran for your rice if you want it in that orangey color. So just get it blended for about 20 seconds or so, just mixing everything together, all the dry ingredients into the rice. Making sure to stir. I know it looks annoying, I just keep stirring and stirring, but I don't want my rice to burn. So keep on stirring. Like I said, if you don't like the raw onion and garlic pieces, you can just add onion powder or garlic powder. A lot of people don't like the onion pieces, but that's my preference, sorry. So now I'm just letting the pepper sit in there for a while, just about 10 seconds or so. And now I'm going to add in half of the tomato sauce. And I don't add the whole can of tomato sauce because the tomato sauce always seems to float back up from the water when it's done cooking. So I don't like to add too much of it. So right after you've poured in your tomato sauce, now it's time to put in your 4 cups of water. I do recommend though, if you have chicken broth sitting next to your stove or you're boiling chicken, it's better to use chicken broth. It gives the rice more flavor. You'll see the difference in flavor when you add chicken broth instead of water. So I do recommend using chicken broth instead. But if you don't have that, you can add 4 cups of water. Once you add the water, it is crucial to not over mix your rice while the water is in already. And I'm just going to add about a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of chicken flavor bouillon. Once I add this in, I'm just going to mix it up a bit. And after that, do not touch it. Just mix it up a bit. I don't want to overstir my rice because that's when it becomes mushy. And now I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about 16 to 18 minutes, no longer than that. It's been about 17 minutes to be exact because I had a timer on. And as you can see, my rice is cooked, but it has a bit of water retained in the rice. So I'm going to turn off the heat now. And I will cover it for about 5 minutes. And as you can see, the tomato sauce came up like I told you guys earlier. The tomato sauce always comes right back up. So I'm going to cover it and let it sit for about 5 minutes with the heat off. And I'll be back with you guys. It's been about 5 minutes that I let my rice cool down. And you can see the rice is nice and fluffy. And it smells so good. I'm just getting the tomato parts that came back up. I'm just getting the mix in there. Gently mix it. You don't want to overturn your rice, and that's when it becomes all buttery and mushy. And I always love to eat the chile that I put in there because it gives it a very good flavor. So I always end up taking the chile and eating it. But yeah, I hope you guys liked my recipe for the perfect Mexican rice. Make sure to comment down below if you try my recipe, and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Thank you, ladies.